Oh, focus, focus. There we go. Hey, Ghouls, it's Doc here. I'm starting the build on my Beast computer, aka, come on, focus. Doesn't like to stay focused now. All right, now I am building a very, very powerful computer. Well, powerful for this household at least. It's an AMD 9590 at 4.7 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM, about a terabyte and a half of hard drive space at the moment, which we'll be upgrading. Also, I will be putting in a GTX or EVGA GTX 1060 super clock with 6 gigs of RAM. I'm going to be I'm having some difficulties trying to figure out how I'm going to video this and put the sucker together at the same time. So the large solution is I'm going to do a little mini updates. So the first step I'm going to be doing right now is attaching the motherboard to the motherboard mount. I'm going to have to put in more of these little stands, and then I'm going to, once I get that attached, which this is the motherboard over here, and refocus again, please. This is the ASRock Extreme 9 motherboard made specifically for the 9590 processor. That's cool. There's some little screws over there, and I've got my processor cooler. It's a big one, so yeah, I'm gonna basically do as much as I can to put this thing together. This is my first build, so this is going to take me a while, and I'm going to edit together these little, several minute videos explaining exactly what I'm doing. Like for this, like I said, after I get the motherboard mounted to this, I'll show it to you guys, and then I'm going to mount the cooler backing to that. Then I'll show you guys that, and then I'll basically put this back in there to get everything ready to rock and roll. Now, hopefully, when everything is said and done, I should have a row of fans here. These are hard drives, regular size hard drive over here also. And we also have these plates over here for SSDs, which are going to be running the main operating system off of an SSD. And I'll show you which one I'm going to be using as soon as I can get everything that all figured out. There will be a drive, a 5-inch drive in here, temporarily or permanently. I'm not really sure yet. There's a front plate, and the front plate's over there. And then we've got the side panels, and then we've got a plate glass side panel that's in the closet over there. So yeah, this thing's got it's got 2 large glowy fans already. They glow green, which we have this one right here, and one right there. And also, I've got more fans and stuff I'm going to put in there and make this thing really awesome. So hopefully, I'll be making more videos and without swearing. All right, ghouls. See you later. Hey, ghouls. It's Doc. I was successfully able to mount the motherboard to the motherboard plate here. Now, the next step I'm going to do, it's going to be I really can't video it while I'm doing it because it's kind of sensitive, is installing the processor to the motherboard, that's the one part I'm most nervous about. Then removing this mount here, these 2 mounts here, putting on this back plate, and then getting the cooler ready for mounting, but we're not going to mount it just yet. We're going to get everything all set up first for the cooler. Then when I get that exactly figured out where I'm going to put it in this monstrosity, which I'm actually thinking about mounting it over on these rails right here, and then we'll figure it out from there. All right, ghouls. Wish me luck. Okay, I successfully got the AMD 9590 processor in, along with the rear back plate and the mounts for the cooler. So my next step right now is to take a break and then attach this whole plate. Let's see here. Oops. Then attach this whole plate back there, and then Configure, 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 configure. Okay, we've had a little bit of change of plans over here. I had to remove this dual hard drive mount in order to get my power supply in, because apparently this mount is too thick and takes up too much room. So I'm down to for the moment, 2 full-size hard drives that I can use and 3 laptop size. But that actually is knocked down to 2 laptop size because I've got an SSD in there. So we'll figure out what to do momentarily. So that's just the update for right now. This is pretty cool. Focus, focus. Come on, focus. Here we go. So yeah, I got that in there. 850 watts. Hopefully should be enough power to run this beast. The coolers, fan systems I'm going to put in, and the AMD 9590 processor, which takes about 235 watts. So we're going to see how that goes. All right, goals. Just wanted to give you a little update there. And then I'm going to see if I can get the motherboard in and attached and all sorts of goodies. All right, see you in a few. Okay, goals. We got the back end in, and we've got the motherboard in. And of course, we have the power supply like I showed you guys earlier. Not now. So, yeah. Okay, now it comes in the hard to figure out parts. Like putting in the cooler, putting in the fans, putting in fans on here, trying to figure out what to do with the extra hard drive thing, because I had plans for that. That's all right. And then hooking everything up into this monstrosity. So we're going to take a little break here, and I'm going to do the cooler first. Hey, ghouls. Doc here. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. I had to take a little bit of a lunch break, which is okay. Now, that little beep you heard is Tinkerbell. Where there, Tinky Bell? Oh, there. Nope, no. Okay, baby. Come on. Nope. Get your butt off the table. Come on, baby. Oh, no. Come on. Oh, I love you, but no. Okay. So, sorry about that. Tinkerbell. Yeah. Come on, baby. I don't want you to mess around with things. Dadgummit. Come here, baby. Come on. I love you, but you gotta stop. Okay. Sorry about that. And here she comes again. Oh my goodness, you're being cutely horrible at the moment. Come on. Spooky. Tinkerbell. Stop it. Okay, come on, baby. So yeah, cooler, had to readjust it several times. I'm trying to work on it. And because Tinkerbell's getting her stuff all over my stuff, I gotta go. Okay, now that Tinkerbell's belly has gotten the best of her, and Mommy's got some treats for her, I can actually properly identify what I've done here. Now, I've had to install the main cooler up here onto these rails, and in the process, I realized that there were some spacing issues with the tubing, so I had to take bay out, and I may have taken another bay out, so I may be just on one DVD or Blu-ray bay, which is fine. So we're going to work on that. We're going to get that all figured out. Like I said, power supply is in. I have to put the AMD mount on this thing. That'll just be a few minutes, but I'm going to install the RAM first and the video card. Then, no, actually I should probably put the hard drive here. Yeah, I'll mount the hard drive first, then I will do the video card and RAM, then I'll update those, and then the cooler, then hook up the fans and power management stuff, and hopefully we can power this little monster up. All right, hey everybody, I'm back. I did a little bit of work here. I put in all 32 gigs of RAM, and I also put my SSD onto the plate. And I just realized that I actually have to go in to the power supply area and figure out what exactly I'm going to use out of the power supply cords. So it's going to be a few minutes until we actually do another update on this, but everything's looking good so far. I'm probably going to have to take these plates out and probably move around here. This front plate out also, so I can actually get my hands in there and figure out what I'm doing. All right, ghouls. Unfortunately, because Tinkerbell was getting in the way and possibly, well, she was getting in the way and electronic stuff, and we had to put her in the other room, and I feel very bad about that, unfortunately. So Tinkerbell will not be joining us for the rest of the build. I feel bad, like I said, but she was becoming a little bit of problematic. So I put her downstairs, and she's going to snuggle with my mom. All right. Here we go. All right, ghouls. Good news. I officially have... There we go. I officially have the video card in, and I have to say I almost lost my mind and through it because I was having difficulties because it's not too good in there. It's gonna say that when it comes to molding of the metal. And so far, I've been hooking up the front ports, the USB, the microphone, the little case thing. It's USB 2.0, audio, and then we hooking up the buttons and everything up here. Now, I've also, it's a EVGA GTX 1060. Everything is upgradable. And also I've got the 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance RAM, the processor. I actually have a fan hooked up here, have the front case fan hooked up, which is supposed to glow green, which is going to be pretty awesome. And so far, so good. I only lost my temper once, twice, 3 times as a charm. And like I said, Boo helped me out big time, so I have her to thank for me not going ballistic and demolishing everything. So I will fully admit that. Now, everybody's asking me, what's going on with Tinkerbell? Well, Tinkerbell was all over the place. And she went downstairs, and my mommy had a little talk with her. And now Tinkerbell, oh, that was creepy, is being such a good little girl. And she's laying down over here near the boxes, and she's doing really, really good. All right. So that's for enough for a good update here. I'm going to try and figure out the power management stuff for this, and then we'll get it figured out from there. All right. There we go. Okay, ghouls. Here's the situation so far. I've got the 1060 in. I've got it powered up. Power to it. I got power to the motherboard. I got to put one more power plug over there. Then I'm going to install some hard drives and then try and boot this monster up. See what happens. This is going really good. Really, really good so far. I got the case fans plugged in, and I'm going to get those. Sorry. Had a little bit of a whoopsie there. So I'm going to get everything locked in. I'm going to put the SSD it's going to run off of on this side, and then we're going to figure everything out pretty soon here. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking more like a computer every minute. Cable management is pretty foul on this thing. It kind of sucks, actually. But we'll get that all figured out. All right. Girls, we have movie sign, almost. So far, I've got the hard drive in, the SSD, power supply, RAM, video card, got everything plugged in for up here, got the USB ports. This is just going to be the basic startup. So yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. I'm going to add in all the other special stuff later, like the additional hard drives and so on and so on and so on later. But I just want to get this thing, I want to get this beast rolling. So I've got to come over here to the cooler unit, and I've got to swap out that bracket for the AMD bracket, then install this beast on top and keep our fingers crossed. This has been an adventure. I got Tinky being naughty, me getting frustrated, Mama or Boo having come to the rescue. Yeah, I'll be down to eat in a few, Boo, in like 3 minutes. So that looks like I have dinner time. All right, ghouls. See ya. There we go. Okay. Here it is, folks. It's all done. Got the cooler in. I had to use some zip ties to keep some of the wiring off of the RAM. And yes, the cooler has got a fan on top of the pump blowing directly on the RAM, so that should keep it nice and cool. Hopefully. All right, I've got the SSD in. That's all ready to rock and roll. Power supply. I think this is ready to go. So as soon as I clean up this mess here and get everything together, and hopefully it works. All right. So, yeah, we got the I/O port thing going the right way, and the 1060. Man, this is gonna be interesting. So, hopefully it'll work. Oops. Hey there. Hey, ghouls. Doc here. I've had to make some slight modifications to the plan because I realized that I really wonkied up some of the positions of the SATA power cables in powering my SSD along with the cooler unit here. There we go. And along with the DVD player, because I'm actually putting in a secondary hard drive that's 2 terabytes. And come on, focus. There we go. And also a line of fans on the side and a line of fans on top. So once I get the SATA issue configurated, yeah, that's a new word, configurated. I'll do another update on that. And I've had to, I decided to use some awesomely green zip ties to prevent some of the cables from resting on the RAM. So, okay, update coming soon. Focus. Okay, ghouls. All right, in the process of everything that I've been doing tonight, hold on. Here we go. Redid the wiring a little bit here. Come on, focus. There we go. Redid the SATA power cables. Put in the fan controller units for one and for both sections I put in. And then I also installed an extra little USB 3 back here because not very many USB ports on this little beastie. Alright, so I'm going to power it on and see if all this crap works. Wish me luck. Okay, here it is. The final version of the beast, aka Gojira, Project Gojira. We've got the GTX Super 1060 Super Collect. And come on, focus. Focus. There we go. And we've got a DVD drive in there, which will be swapped out for a Blu-ray drive sometime later. Cable management, it ain't pretty. Definitely ain't pretty, but it sure does work. And we've got the 2 fan controllers down here. This one isn't really tacked to anything. This one is 2 double-sided tape with Velcroed in. It shouldn't move, and it shouldn't get in the way of any of the fans. So that's a good thing. And I'm going to get this puppy all together and see how it goes. Hey, ghouls. Just to answer your questions, yes, the editing rig did get together. I had some help from Boo on it. And here is my setup. I've got my headset over here. There we go. A little bit more light. And of course my chair, some water. I've got a dual monitor setup. And for one monitor, I'm using a Emerson old LCD TV. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. I still have not hooked up my audio board to my PC yet, but I've got all the parts to do that. Razer mouse, Razer keyboard. As you can tell, I love the color green, as in the microphone and the computer and my 100 feet of cable that I used to latch into the internet. I'm actually working on the video that this is going to be the end of, right before I put out, and I actually realized that I forgot to actually make an ending to this video several months ago, back in December, when I built this computer. So this thing's been done for quite a while now. Or is it January? Yeah, I did in January, right after Christmas. December, January area. And it should be, and it's quite the little monster. I have a DVD drive right here. I'm going to be probably upgrading that to a Blu-ray drive. As you can see, the fans light up, the side lights up just a little bit. It's all green, which is pretty awesome. And I've got a very, very large, huge mouse mat, just like, looks like one of those clapboards that they use in the movies. And this is where I do my live feeds from. And this little thing here is a Voder, I can't pronounce it. Webcam, 720p. I don't even think it's 720p, honestly. But yeah, it's where I do my live feeds, and the lighting in here isn't very good. So I have a lighting kit that I'm gonna work on for the next video live feed that I do, which is gonna be later, sometime later. And I'm going to be working on some stuff in here, and I'm going to try and advance things. So this is this is the editing rig setup. I definitely want to get a two new monitors, because this old HP one, yucky, yucky. This TV, yucky too. So yeah, and eventually within the next few days or weeks, I'm going to get this whole audio setup working, so I can pull the Yeti off and put that over there, and it'll be great. All right, so that is the conclusion to the build of my computer. Have a great one.